idea of this portal was to get access to the middle of the site. The mid-block crossing was built. The whole roadway that you system up there was actually built by the developer. Esplanade used to be a lot narrower, and it used to be farther to the north. They realigned it, widened it, got the bicycle lanes in, provided for all of the roadways to come through there. And the idea was that there is a walk connection that connects with First Street, which comes down through here. This elevator is built by the developer. Everything here is built by Pinnacle International. This elevator is required as public access to get people down for disability access. There was talk about ramps and things and other ideas. And the idea was to start to pick up on some features that would be a bit unique. So you can see with the elevator, which has a bit of an industrial flavor to it, the metal plate with the geodetic heights through, which for shipbuilding purposes are certainly dramatic. Bit of the shoreline, the original shoreline would have been somewhere in this area through here, and you'll see it depicted in this way here. And as you go along further, you'll see it as metal sheet piling that's either elevated or in the concrete as you go along, trying to depict that original shoreline. So in 1906, when they got this site, there would have been a shoreline quite high up, and then they filled as the shipyard expanded and moved along. So everything you're standing on now is filled from various generations from 1906 on. The whole concept of the site, the pavers and things, was to not have a traditional street down here, again, to not do curb and gutters, to have something that would let traffic through here. But the idea is you're at the destination, it's not through traffic, so it'll be slow moving. The paving system, we'll see the garbage cans that are here are all reflective of kind of the heavy metal kind of treatment that would have been part of the shipyard. The stern of the Flamborough head, it sort of gives you a sense of scale. But it's something you really have to ponder when you think about the large ride-off that was operating here. The scale of this industrial operation is so much larger than just about anything else happening in the region. It really dwarfed Granville Island, for example, which was a bunch of little industrial operations. These folks were designing ships that were from scratch, started with the draftsman, coming up with the concept of the design. They would lay out the patterns on the mold loft that was out here. They would create molds for them, and they would then take over to the sheet manufacturing, which was over here, and then they would cut and roll the steel, and then put it out and assemble the steel, and then launch it in basins like the one we see over here to the east of us. And so that, from start to finish, they just produced things on site. And it wasn't just shipbuilding, it was also in the pulp industry and others. They diversified quite a bit. So both World Wars, they were very active, but particularly the Second World War, we'll see more of that. So the character of the site then is trying to respect the scale as well as the industrial flavor. And so it's deliberately a little bit gritty, and so you see things laid around like these pallets with things on them to give some hint of kind of the way a shipyard would have been, which was really a mess of things scattered everywhere in an organized way. If you were a ship worker, that this stuff was there for a reason, but to just see it, there are things everywhere. You couldn't go to, there's a limit how far you can go with that, but the little cart that's over here, for example, is reflective of that. And each individual thing is really not in and of itself significant, but the sense is that there's a sense of activity throughout. I'll just mention the Flamborough head because this is probably the best view of it.